All right, hello and welcome to Community Connections. My name is Quincy White. I'm the Executive Director of 4 State Service and Training Center, and I'm
Sarah Bowman. I'm with the Newport News Department of Communications. Thank you for tuning in. If you've driven down I-664, or Jefferson Avenue, you might have seen a 4-story building and wondered, I wonder what's going on there. Well, today we're going to answer all of your questions. We're joined by Dr. Mia Joe, the Director of the Innovation Lab at the Brooks Crossing Innovation and Opportunity Center. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us what takes place in the Innovation Lab.
Sure. Brooks Crossing Innovation Lab is really a partnership between Newport News Shipbuilding, the City of Newport News, and Old Dominion University. I work for Old Dominion University as a research professor as well as the director for Brooks Crossing Innovation Lab. We are basically a makerspace where we have various types of fabrication equipment that will allow individuals to be trained on that equipment, and then once they're trained on it, they have an opportunity to reserve that equipment to work on their own individual projects. Everything that we do at Brooks Crossing Innovation Lab is free and open to the general public, which is extremely unique, and there is no other facility like it in the state of Virginia.
How cool, and that is
Yes.
right here in Newport News.
Yes.
So when you're talking about the different things people can utilize, what kinds of things do you have there?
What type of equipment?
Yes.
We have a recording studio which is extremely popular. I'm sure you know how much it costs for studio time. We have a lot of budding artists in the area, and with that they need a place or an outlet to be able to share their talent. And so we have a recording studio. We train individuals on both types of software that are typically used in professional recording studios around the world. And so individuals are learning industry standard software when they use the software in our facility. In addition to the recording studio, we have vinyl cutters and laser cutters. These are fabrication types of equipment that will allow individuals to develop products or to develop their ideas of products. So it's a good type of equipment for individuals that have an idea but it does not exist yet, so they have an opportunity to make it, which is where the term makerspace comes from. With that, we also have direct-to-garment printers, and we have 3D printers and a UV printer. Any type of printing that anyone would ever need is located in the Brooks Crossing Innovation Lab. And with that, we do field trips for schools, and we offer a lot of youth programs to train on that same equipment. We also have virtual reality and augmented reality. With that, you know that there are a lot of educational applications out there that will allow individuals and students to be fully immersed into a virtual environment for some experiential learning. So this is cutting edge education that we are offering to the community.
Well, Dr. Joe, during my tour of Brooks Crossing, I loved the recording studio. So what are different ways that folks can sign up to utilize some of the different programs that you all have?
We have a website. Our website is www.brookscrossingilab.com, where individuals can register, and they can register for all of the programs that are currently being offered, as well as register for a pre-scheduled session, which would be a one-on-one training session. At that particular point, they select which piece of equipment they would like to be trained on, and we contact them and schedule one-on-one with them with our technician. Now you're probably thinking, well, once they've learned, then they'll need more time to really get experienced on the equipment, and so we never leave anyone alone. Once you've been trained on it and you schedule time to return to the lab to work on your project, we have someone there that can assist you.
And I think you said this, but I want to hear you say it again. Is it free?
Everything that we do at Brooks Crossing Innovation Lab is free and open to the general public.
And supplies. So do I have to bring my own supplies?
You have to bring your own supplies if it's your own individual project. However, if we have something there that is useful for you, you're welcome to use it. But if you're doing a large project or you're developing or making t-shirts for a family reunion or something along those lines, we do ask that you bring in t-shirts so that we can have materials for other individuals to test out their ideas.
Okay. And I've heard stories of how you've supported entrepreneurs. Can you share some of what you've done?
Yes, 4 things that we focus on at Brooks Crossing Innovation Lab: advanced manufacturing training, STEM education for K-12 and our youth, as well as professional development for teachers. And then we also focus on entrepreneurship. The city is extremely concerned with economic development, and with that, they support self-sustainment, which is what entrepreneurship will do. So we offer entrepreneurship programs for youth. We want to start them early. And we also offer entrepreneurship programs for adults and individuals. We've conducted multiple transitional entrepreneurship labs with Brooks Crossing Innovation Lab, where individuals are able to receive connections to the resources that they need in order to start their own business. So we are a full service, I believe, where individuals can come with their ideas. They have an opportunity to express those ideas with experts in the field, and those experts help them transition those ideas into reality.
So being in the Southeast community, tell me how important it is to be located in that community.
Extremely important. Transportation is really a challenge for a lot of families, and so it's important to be centrally located where individuals can easily access the facility. And with that, we are surrounded by the Southeast community, and I will say that the Southeast community has embraced Brooks Crossing Innovation Lab, and we have not had any problems with individuals coming to the lab to learn, to use the facility. We have a process, of course, but once that process has been followed, then individuals are very happy with the services that are provided there.
That is amazing. So are there any new programming that you guys are coming down with, new innovative things that you guys are creating that are in the works right now?
Well, we have a lot of things. We have so much. Where do I start? Well, I will say that something that turned out to be extremely popular was the drone pilot training, which really surprised me. We did not advertise the program because we really were just, I guess we were piloting the pilot program. So we just wanted to see if there was interest in the community, because what we want to offer the community is something that the community needs or wants. So we wanted to gauge the amount of interest. And so we piloted this drone pilot training program, and the program actually filled up without any advertising. We did not advertise at all. We didn't put out any flyers. We did not put it on social media. It's just that individuals came to our website, saw it listed as an available program, and with that, they registered, and it was a full class. And so I am pretty sure that we are going to be having a program for that in the near future, if not already. And I'll also say that the iLab took it a step further, and we purchased 3 drones of our own. So drones will be something that individuals will be able to come to the lab and use and practice on, and hopefully get certified.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And another thing is you're constantly reaching out to the communications department, asking us to share information in the newsletter. If you haven't already, viewers, subscribe to Newport News Now, the city's daily newsletter. But you all have regular programs, you have summer camps, you have different activities. Can you kind of share what you're doing?
Well, we are busy, very busy with all of the youth programs that we are offering, because as I mentioned before, we do have field trips that come to the lab from various school systems. Now, most individuals believe that the center, because it's located in Newport News, is really limited to Newport News residents, when in fact we are open to the general public, and it is more of a regional solution. And so we've had school field trips from Chesapeake, Virginia Beach, Portsmouth, all over the region to the lab. And we look forward to continuing those partnerships with the various school systems. So we have that, and then we also work with area youth groups, mentoring groups. We have a lot of mentoring programs that run through the Innovation Lab. And we look forward to doing more of that and supporting the city. We're very active with the community. We serve on various committees and coalitions. We want to support the community, and that is why we are there.
Now, we have Four Oaks, Day Service and Training Center. We serve the homeless. And of course, we're always trying to build those additional partnerships.
Yes.
And the Innovation Lab is certainly a partnership that I would love to have at the Day Center, connecting homeless citizens with some of the innovative programming that you all have. So, you know, you guys are a great asset to the community.
Absolutely. Anytime if you would like a field trip from Four Oaks, we would be more than happy to welcome participants.
That's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there anything that we haven't asked you that you want to share or discuss?
No, just pass the word and visit our website and stay tuned to our programs. We have a Facebook account as well, and just come out and learn. We just want you to learn.
What a tremendous resource that you and your team have provided in the Southeast community of Newport News that's open to all. So I really hope everyone will take advantage and really utilize the resources at the iLab. So stay tuned. The iLab is just one half of the Brooks Crossing Innovation and Opportunity Center, and we're getting ready to share some additional information on the magic that's taking place there.
All right, so we just got done speaking about the Innovation Lab, and we have the pleasure of having Larry Brunson, Executive Director of Brooks Crossing Opportunity Center. Larry, welcome. What can you tell us about Brooks Crossing Opportunity Center?
Well, first of all, Brooks Crossing is an exciting endeavor for the city and partnership with ODU and also the shipbuilding. We provide workforce services to our citizens. We are focused on our business community, providing those workforce opportunities for job seekers. We also lend a hand to training and education. We are open for the public to utilize job seeker services and other supportive services.
So I'm a job seeker and I'm interested in learning about the different opportunities available. Do I just walk into the Opportunity Center? What do I do?
You can walk into the Opportunity Center, and we have folks on staff. We have our Navigating for Wealth program that utilizes supportive service for those that are in underprivileged or underserved populations that need a leg up, a hand up, advice and coaching for job coaching. So yes, you can come into this. You can also dial 757-975-5309. That's me directly, and ask any questions that you like.
Oh, excellent.
Now, I know you all most recently hosted the Shipbuilders Job Fair. Tell me more about that, and how did it go?
There was a great collaboration among other city partners, including Human Services as well, our Navigating for Wealth program, and of course our employers. We had 14 employers on site. And what was the premise of that program? Last year there was a proclamation made by our General Assembly that we would dedicate one day in the state of Virginia for shipbuilders in recognition of all the service they provide. This year we had 14 opportunity employers there. The great news is that we had 167 people to show up. 69 job offers were made.
On the spot?
On the spot. We had probably 28 or so recruiters on hand. So they were receiving folks and also giving out job orders as well.
Excellent. And that's just one job fair. You all regularly host job fairs?
Yes, so the month of September we'll host 3, and more information is forthcoming. You can call 757-975-5309 for more information. Also, you can look on venues like this media venue. We'll be promoting those activities there as well.
And again, subscribe to Newport News Now, the daily newsletter, because we will put this information in there. We'll share it on the city's website, nnva.gov. We will absolutely get any information on job fairs and activities out there for you.
Now, being centrally located in the Southeast community is extremely important. How does Brooks Crossing Opportunity Center play a role in the redevelopment of the Southeast community?
That's a great question, and I would tell you that Brooks Crossings is very centrally located in the Southeast community in a safe environment, close to the people that need it the most. But we also serve the entire city of Newport News as well. But of course, you want to, as you want to grow your tax base and get people up and running and being more sufficient, the Southeast community is one that really needs it. So I'm glad to be there in the community to help. We have other various resources as well. We want to partner with all the human service folks that are on the ground in the trenches, helping folks come out to Brooks Crossing and provide services there, because we are also a resource location as well.
So if businesses have vacancies they need to fill, should they reach out to you for support?
Most definitely. Without the employers, there's no need for training and education. So we are primarily focused on giving great customer service to our employers, and by which now job seekers will have an avenue, and those that are going to school and training can become more self-sufficient. And the goal for Brooks Crossing is sustainable wages. We want people to be employed in sustainable wages, trained for sustainable wages as well.
Now, I know we at Four Oaks will certainly utilize the Opportunity Center to build that partnership to help our patrons get employed. What outreach initiatives are you working on to reach out to other communities so that they're aware of the different services you provide at Brooks Crossing?
Well, Brooks Crossing, from what I've been told since I've been here, I've only been here 5-6 weeks, and I've asked that question out to the community, and not a lot of folks know about Brooks Crossing. And what we plan to do to put together a media bliss that will invite the community to come down and see the resources. We also work with Hampton Roads Workforce Council. That's our workforce development local board for our region that also have resources. Brooks Crossing does not provide funding for education, but we owe it through Hampton Roads Workforce Council does. We also connect with our community colleges. The community colleges are the core of our workforce system. We're sort of like a system inside of a system. And with all the opportunities that the colleges afford for training and also free training, they have their Fast Forward program. They also have their Frantic Grant program that if you meet certain criteria, you can get most of your workforce training paid for.
That's amazing.
Wow, I knew about you all, but I never realized just the depth of what you do. What's been the most surprising to you since you've been here?
I would say the most surprising would be how do we connect individuals to the center. So that's a challenge for me. That's a challenge I take as a priority to make sure that our community knows that we have the resources available, whether it be education, whether it be getting a sustainable job, or getting those supportive services that they need.
And it's free. They can come.
Everything is free. We're open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. We have a computer lab. We have rooms for training and education. We do connect with ODU and the STEM lab. As a matter of fact, we have just took on a new partner, the Society of Black Engineers Junior Chapter. They will begin to have their meetings there to relate to our STEM projects and also to develop some more STEM projects that we have. Did you realize that football was related to STEM?
How?
Yes. You got to know how to make the plays, make the calls, strategize, map out where you're going. All that takes a STEM sort of background to do that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very cool. Now, how are you reaching out to the school system to engage with the youth and the young people so they know about you?
We absolutely reach out to the schools. We work in connection with those. But I want another new partner. It's called the Guide Right program. Where they have what they call a Kappa League. And those are students between the ages of 13 and 18. And those students come from all 5 of the schools in our area. It's about 70 at my last count. And they also will be involved at Brooks Crossing for their leadership training.
Wow. So you're looking for just so many different partnerships and connections. And do you need volunteers to
Absolutely.
also help?
If you'd like to come down and volunteer at Brooks Crossing, you have a skill. And if you don't have a skill, we'll train you to have a skill. All are welcome to come to investigate and find out where they can deposit their talents.
Great.
So are there any other innovative new programming that you guys have in store that we need to keep our eyes open for?
So currently we're building our staff to become job coaches and job placement coaches. And with that, we'll have people every day, not necessarily related to a particular program. So when people come in, they can get the help they need. whether it be resume help, job readiness help, guidance and education and training. We are developing a staff to do that. So Brooks Crossing will soon have their own job developers and career coaches as well.
Excellent. I encourage everyone to keep an eye on our website, the newsletter. I have a personal question for you.
Okay.
So you've only been here a few weeks. Why did you choose to come to the Opportunity Center? Why Newport News?
For a couple of reasons. One, I've been in workforce development and education and training for about 20 years. And I have worked on the national level, worked on state level, worked on local level in Suffolk as a director. But I'm from Hampton Roads. And to have the opportunity to come back to the Hampton Roads area to work in the city as a teenager. I didn't live in Newport News, but I had friends in Newport News. I pretty much run amok during the summertime. But now I've grown and matured, and I've learned a lot. So I want to come back and deposit my talents among the Southeast community, the city of Newport News and Hampton Roads.
Well, we are thrilled to have you here. And thank you for all that you're doing and all you will continue to do.
Yeah, so looking forward to a great future.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Community Connections. We would like to thank Dr. Joe as well as Mr. Brunson from Brooks Crossing Opportunity Center as well as the Innovation Lab for joining us for this episode. Please stay tuned for future episodes, and thank you for joining us again.